2 for 4 so far, missing the rain today. I left the Meadows racetrack after the qualifiers, and literally right after the qualifiers, it started to rain in the Meadows. Got on my way, drove all the way down here, and literally right after Arrowhead Hanover's race, it started to rain in Dayton. So I've been pretty lucky, although I think my luck has run out. It's rained from Dayton to Columbus, where I am now. It's supposed to rain all the way to Northfield. And although the rain changes quickly and the weather changes quickly in Cleveland and at Northfield Park in particular, I just don't see it happening tonight. I'm going to get a little wet tonight. But you know what? A pretty decent day so far. One very, very good race and one so-so race. I guess, if you're going to be honest, as good as Arrowhead Hanover can race. One, he doesn't race well from off the pace. I put an open bridle on him today, and we left the hood on him. So I just wanted to get him around, and it was kind of hard to get him motivated in the last turn and down the backstretch. Then he'd come on again down the lane. He raced pretty good. As I said, coming off the virus, being a little short, having that bridle open, having the outside and getting away at the back. Really, I was going to kind of steam out of there a little bit, but the 7-horse went on the run and just kind of stayed there. And as I'm trying to advance with Kane, who's on the run, the inside starts to creep forward, and there's no holes in Dayton. Nobody's going to feed you a hole in Dayton. Oh, by the way, here, just drop right in the 5 hole. It's not happening. And the last thing I want to do is end up parked the whole way with Arrowhead Hanover. First start back in 3 weeks. There's nothing. There was nothing I could do. So that was that. I thought he raced well. And the biggest reason I wanted to go down today was in case we left him down in that area. I don't know what we're doing just yet, but quite frankly, if we leave him down in that area, I want to know where the hobbles are supposed to go in that particular race bike that we have down there. You know, how does the horse get over the track? Are there any changes needed made? Is he on a line more than the other? And to me, he seemed great. I know exactly where the hobbles need to go in the bike that we have down in Southern Ohio. The horse seemed mechanically well, sharp. I think take that hood off, put the earplugs back on, put the blinker hood back on him, and draw somewhere good. And I think Arrowhead Hanover will be ready to rock for his next particular start. Now, a tremendous mile from Degas today. I told you Dave Miller would have to be a magician, and they don't call him Purple Jesus for nothing. You could see the front end faltered and come back to him, but that's what it had to do, right? You knew out of the 7 hole with the speed to the left of you weren't getting a hole. You were going to have to do exactly what he did, take her back to 7th, let the flow develop, and hope that it collapses. And wouldn't you know it, it did. Man, I thought she was going to get there for a second. Just right on the wire, she just couldn't get there. But ended up making it into the final, I believe. And surprisingly, 2-3 divisions of those fillies, if you'd asked me going down there, maybe she's going to end up in the Nollers 3 Kentucky, get her one start there and put her away after a first stake race if she doesn't race well. Raced good first over, tough first over, and then come out today and race the way she did. Not only did she make it in the final, but with a good draw and a favorable front end again. Who knows? She could easily be a player in that class. I thought she raced very, very, very well today. So great job by Dave Miller, and a great job by the filly, and by Eric and Kathy, of course. Arrowhead Hanover raced as well as he could today. As I said, I don't think there's any other way to categorize it. I think all of my partners knew as soon as I got away 7th, 8th, 9th, I think, 8th anyway, that was going to be it. There's not much you could do. He just dogs it in the third quarter when he's sitting back there, right? He just doesn't put in an honest effort down the backstretch. Once he started to creep forward, he was kind of lumbering and kind of half-assed lunging at them with the wire, but didn't put a true effort in. Kind of dogged it a bit today, and as I said, if I can't be there next week, I'd said to Kane, I don't know who you got in this class, but you might want to drive this guy. He said, is this the guy I drove? I said, yep, you drove before. And he'll be a lot better next week, I think. Just make sure that, we got to work on his liver hard this week, train him up a couple of trips and get him back in there and ready to roll. So that's what we will do in Southern Ohio with respect to Arrowhead Hanover Degas. Just rinse and repeat. Unfortunately, might be a different guy washing the dishes. I don't think that Dave will be able to take this filly next week. He had 2 other drives for the final, and as I said, there's more than enough drivers down there, and I can go down also. I don't have a problem doing that, but we'll see how that plays out. It's 100,000, so I think whether it's Dave Miller, Dexter Dunn, Yannick, Scotty, they're going to take the best horse, especially this time of year. Everything else is done, so loyalty's a little more flexible in October and November towards the end of the year. So we'll see how that plays out over the next few days. But very happy with the way everybody raced today. And then obviously tonight we have it doesn't even show up on here. I know why. Yeah, I don't have the internet on. As I said, I could be wrong about Blue Ventura, but I think we have Winter Soldier tonight. So a couple of racing tonight. I'm going to get a little bit wet, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. I was very lucky. Now, if I had to get soaked at the Meadows, if I had to get soaked in Dayton, who knows what would have happened. But I did not. And maybe I'll get really lucky. Maybe we'll go 4 for 4. I think we're going to need umbrellas, though. So that's it for the middle of the afternoon. We're into the night now. My 3rd track of the day. But you know what? Just so happy to see Degas race good and to get Arrowhead Hanover back going. And then to qualify Captain Incredible. He was good to qualify Raging Hanover. I know somebody said, really, what are we doing here? You know, you had to take him back and nurse him the whole way. I need everybody to understand. I'm going to say it one more time. I need you to understand. With this particular horse, and lots of horses like him, it is all about confidence. He went a clean mile today. He trotted down the lane good. Probably went back to the stall feeling pretty good about himself. Let him build on that. If we can get a couple of flat lines into him and then let him rock, I think Raging Hanover will be exactly where we need him to go. Much, much better today in qualifying. You might say, well, he only went 59. Tried the last half in 58.3. Used his head today. Wasn't overly hot. Behaved himself. Didn't get out of gear. I was happy with what I saw from Raging Hanover today. And frankly, quietly, very, very happy with what I saw from Sparkling Bull. Hadn't seen him before. Didn't know much about him. I thought he trained pretty good this morning. So we'll try and qualify him next week. We'll see how he goes over the Meadows surface next week. But I can tell you, he looked pretty good this morning. So with that, I'm going to let you go. It might be a little muddy, a little late for me to be giving you any type of updates tonight. But all systems go so far at the stable today. Take care. Have a dry night wherever you are. I doubt mine will be.